feet. Same old world, same old street, same old body for praise and sign. The same is yours, the same is mine. Flow on asleep, flow on awake. Code of a riddle that none can break. Core of a story no tongue can sing. A secret raised on weary wings. And God knows how, since God knows when, it's been what it is, been what it's been. But it's gonna be different now. If you could speak, if you could grieve, it's all that you can do to breathe. Each day a case of open shut, and wake another day to what? I walk alone, you walk alone, as all the living walk alone. By morning light all are made known, in falling shadow all is one. And God knows how, since God knows when, it's been what it is, been what it's been. But it's gonna be different now. Different Now. That's the title song of a new CD, which is arriving here tomorrow, I understand. We've got a Kickstarter in progress, which was to fund the pressing, and also, having done that now, I'm raising a little more money for promotion of it. There's a fellow in Sweden who's interested in promoting it across Europe. So, Different Now. I wrote that in 2000. And a family member was beginning to deal with consciousness of a disability which would not improve. And I put the song aside for many years. I worked it up for the record. This is one which I have recorded previously. 92 on the Hope CD. I wrote it in 86. And it's called Recall. It's about obsession and memory. Obsession is feels like something being done to you. Memory is more of a integration. So, got 6 verses about obsession and 3 about memory. I've spent the last 9 years researching the songs of Robert Burns, and one thing I found was that he would send worse versions to his publisher than he would leave in his desk or send to his friends. And a lot of these are footnoted in the expensive scholarly editions. And you go, why did he ever change that line? Well, with this song, I was confused about one line, like which way I'd phrased it. And I went back to look at the original manuscript, and the phrasing was neither of the alternatives in my head. It was, in fact, a better line. And then I looked at the whole song, And I'd made 6 really good changes to the words when I started performing it, and 6 really poor changes, which involved not trusting my poetic intuition and trying to make it easier for people to understand. And so I've restored some of that old stuff. We worked the music some. It's a quieter song than it used to be. Let's see, recall. I recall your nipples and gravy. Recall a very wild sky. Recall a man who walked and said nothing. It was all a long goodbye. I recall your eyelashes and fruitcake. Recall an unhappy dawn. Recall a gate that was often left open after the crows were gone. I recall your sandpaper midnight. Recall your long billowing dream that you let me stand up and lie down in, that you let me rush between. I recall your kneecaps and notebook. Recall the still dead lake. Recall the long seasons of rhyming time and the front that was not fake. I recall a shower in Memphis. Recall a razor in Maine. Recall a stronger woman who sang till tears came down like rain. Hear my tears come happily. Here the light comes through. Here I am lost in my own country with never a breath of you, with never a breath of your reasons, never a taste of your salt. Turn free from the tyrant hunger that finds no food but fault. I'm off in the full blue yonder, out in the prairie so wild, up where the flowers go crazy with blooming and dance in the mind of a child. I recall your earlobes and triumph, the ceiling and hypnotized cat. Recall great and small and the rise and fall from longer ago than that. Turned free from that tyrant hunger that finds no food but fault. The best compliment I ever had on my songs was from I was an engineer at a radio station in Philadelphia. It was the Gene Shea Show. Dear old Gene. And he just said to me, after the interview, he said, I didn't know there were words for that stuff. This is called John's Wife. I've actually recorded this on my first album, Water Street. Again, these old songs, this song I wrote, I believe I was 20 years old. So they've all been musically reconsidered here. And this one, I just took a lot of pauses out. It's a different piece. So John's wife lives in Connecticut and notices that she is not happy. I took a lover, it was late in the spring. The fleas did sparkle and the bees did sing. His body beside me like a bird on the wing, and the skies did weep and mourn. I came back to John when the midsummer tattled. The doors all closed and the ceiling rattled. I took off my clothing, but none of it mattered, and the skies did rain, cold rain. I went back to night school the following autumn. I passed my lessons and then forgot 'em. The teacher did stare at bottom and bosom. We did gather there, and the winter came like a guiltless trial. When we met on the platform, we forgot to smile, and the air was dead, but after a while, we did not notice the snow. John is a master of rationing sorrow. John is a swell and a jolly good fellow, but the water is deep where it looks to be shallow. He may drown in tears. I am alive, starved and swollen, untaught, heart-bought, half-crazy woman, in need of a drink or my Father's blessing. Help me to be free. Now it's early in spring and the streets have roses. The buses go by, children hold their noses. A daughter of darkness, a daughter of Moses. I will die one day. It's John's wife. Yeah. This song is completely out of season, but it's on the new album. It's called Cruel Winter. I live in Chicago area. We've not had a cruel winter in a few years. We've had some Arctic spells, but not one of those bludgeoning winters that just drags on and on into March. this is Cruel winter, get your boot off me. Cruel winter, get your boot off me. I'm ready to see green spring in the tree. Cruel winter, get your boot off me. Cold winter, lift your snow white skirt. Cold winter, lift your snow white skirt. There's a sweet bud teasing up through blood-brown dirt. Cold winter, lift your snow white skirt. Old winter, turn your icy stare. Old winter, turn your icy stare. Let your tears go rolling through the meadows bare. Old winter, turn your icy stare. One winter with your mournful tune. One winter with your mournful tune. Go and whistle a spell on the far side of the moon. One winter with your mournful tune. Do you one more? It's another old one. I owe this song to Roberta Cullen, who I was taking care of my son. I think he was 2 years old. And Roberta would come and babysit, take him away for 3 or 4 hours to a park, and I had some writing time. I was in my early 20s. Figure if someone's doing that for me, the least I can do is write a good song. This is a non-denominational gospel number. What are they called, numbers? Why did I say that? Why do we use words without thinking about them? Song. It's a song. It's not a number. We just jump into this stream of language and start using it. Gotta start swimming. I walk into the room, decked out like a tomb. Strange priests were sitting round, strange people on the ground. God told me I could come, told me I could come. There's nothing I can do that I need to prove to you. You got to move some, you got to move some. Find my way at last, I echo in the past. I shy and drift away, come back again to stay. God told me I could come, told me I could come. There is nothing I can do that I need to prove to you. You got to move some, you got to move some. It's a very special party with Tom and Dick and Marty, where the special people meet with their coke and little feet. God told me I could come, told me I could come. There's nothing I can do that I need to prove to you. You got to move some, you got to move some. Here we come in twos and threes, on our feet and on our knees, saying thanks and pretty please, past the snipers in the trees, with our reading and our math, looking for the flowered path. God told me I could come, told me I could come. There is nothing I can do that I need to prove to you. You got to move some, you got to move some. We come popping happily, we come singing harmony, but we lose it in the teeth of the lying thief, and we lose it in the hope of the hangman's rope, and we lose it in the eye of one who says goodbye. We come popping happily, come singing harmony, and we find it in the way we rise up again today. And we find it in the calm that will not obey the bomb, and we find it in the love that death can't shove from the face of one you know, while the rivers overflow and the seagulls burn and the oceans churn. God told me I could come, told me I could come. There is nothing I can do that I need to prove to you. You got to move some, you got to move some. And when the time has come to choose, there'll be no king of the Jews, there'll be no prince of men, only me and us and them. When the season frays and the seas part ways, best to loose your hold on fool's gold. Best to rise from your knees and stand up with the trees. God told me I could come, told me I could come. There's nothing I can do that I need to prove to you. You got to move some, you got to move some. All right, that's our official promotional video for the Different Now Kickstarter campaign. There's a link in the comments below. You can get a download for $12. You can get a CD for $25 in the US postpaid. I do another song which is not on the record, but I just feel like it. It's called The Gates of Love. Come on, baby. Gates. The gates. Gates of love. One more song, and thanks for listening to me tune. Who will throw open the gates of love? Who will throw open the gates of love? Hung in the silence and darkness around us, who will throw open the gates of love? People get drunk and get used to it. People go wrong and go numb and get used to it. People see love and they shake and they quake and they cry and they try, but they never get used to it. Who will throw open the gates of love? Who will throw open the gates of love? Hung in the silence and darkness around us, who will throw open the gates of love? I was forgotten and self-deceived, cried out forsaken and I was not believed. I was lost in a crowd until with you, and lying safe under this cloth that we wear and we weave. Who will throw open the gates of love? Who will throw open the gates of love? Hung in the silence and darkness around us, who will throw open the gates of love? I have a friend in Oconomowoc, and he understands me, so we never talk. We stand around awkward, our minds shake hands in accord. On the floor of the forest we walk. Who will throw open the gates of love? Who will throw open the gates of love? Hung in the silence and darkness around us, who will throw open the gates of love? My wife and I, we watch our weight. Still we keep stumbling on a hill of hatred, with better times coming and better times gone. Hurry up, wait for me, come along, carry on, cry. Who will throw open the gates of love? Who will throw open the gates of love? Hung in the silence and darkness around us, who will throw open the gates of love? Ignorance circles the world at war, tries to tell us what we are for. Cloakrooms and boardrooms and armies and money run father and mother and baby born. And who will throw open the gates of love? Who will throw open the gates of love? Hung in the silence and darkness around us, who will throw open the gates of love? Who will throw open the gates of love? All right. Hope to see you all somewhere in person before too long. I miss gigging, and I'm going to start getting back to it. Yeah. If you'd like to be on my email list for gigs, I have a Chicago list and a national list. Because I'm a nationalist kind of a guy. It's appropriate for the day of 4th of July weekend. I have a national list. So if you'd like to, don't laugh at your own jokes. Okay. Yeah, go to my website, andrewcalhoun.com, sign up. I'll let you know what I'm up to. On YouTube, I have a channel of original songs, and I have one called Songs of Robert Burns. I've been tracking down those authentic tunes and some of the better old texts for a long time. And I'll be at it for another couple of years before the book gets published. People keep going, publish your book. I'm like, it's not finished. I'm still discovering things. So that's been good. Aaron, you'd like a copy made? Made of this show? This show's just a... Hi, Aaron. This show's just an ephemeral piece that I'm... if you want a copy of the album, go to Kickstarter, and I can get you one. Or just DM me. I'll take care of you, Aaron. Thank you for listening. Thanks, everyone.